Boy moms understand my pain. Hashtag boy mom, hashtag mama bear.
Never had a man this obsessed with me is what the caption is, bro. Like, it's your son. Like, what do you mean? And I always judge things. Like, you can always judge things if you were to like flip the roles, and let's say this is a father and his daughter. Weird as hell. And this is still insanely weird. Just because it's a woman, it doesn't change anything. TikTok boy moms are disgusting. Video by Love Halal. If you've seen over the internet, there are some moms that have a really weird and too close of a relationship with their sons. This is definitely the mom's issue for allowing this to occur, but let's see how Halal breaks it down.
Tell me you're a boy mom without telling me you're a boy mom.
Later, babe.
Bye, I love you. See ya, brah. Bye, mommy.
You went up to your kids and said, I have a great idea for a video. You set up the
They are just out here spanking their mom's cheeks. And that's normal. And they all just walked along in a line and just spanked their mom's cheeks, bro. This is a fatherless household for sure. It has to be a fatherless household. There's no other way.
phone, hit record. You saw the footage, you edited the footage, and then you clicked post. Toxic boy moms are genuinely disgusting. Apparently, I'm the one who's actually late to the party by about 6 or 7 months, and I'm actually kind of annoyed because all of you should have told me about this sooner. Now, if you never heard of the term boy mom before, it's basically just a mom of a boy who's a little bit too obsessed with her son, either emotionally or physically. Like this, for example, you would think this might be wife and husband, but no, this is just a boy mom in her son's arms. For example, if I go on TikTok right now and type in boy mom, the very first video I see is this. When you realize you're gonna have to share the love of your life, my baby boy, with another female one day. Are you looking at your kid like your partner, like your spouse? Are you like raising this child to become your future man one day? Is this not like low-key borderline like predator activity? Boy moms understand my pain. Hashtag boy mom, hashtag mama bear.
Never had a man this obsessed with me is what the caption is, bro. Like, it's your son. Like, what do you mean? And I always judge things. Like, you can always judge things if you were to like flip the roles, and let's say this is a father and his daughter. Weird as hell. And this is still insanely weird. Just because it's a woman, it doesn't change anything. There is definitely lines that you have with your children where you should be like, yo, this is inappropriate. This is, you know, this is fair. And like, why are you even thinking about like other men when you're thinking about your child? Like, what?
Never had a man be this obsessed with me. What do you mean, man? Are you fantasizing about this kid? I don't know. This is just weird to me, bro. This is weird. She's saying she's never had a man that's as obsessed with her as her son is. If a dude gets on here with his little daughter and he's like, yo, I never had a woman be like this with me or be obsessed with me.
I swear I didn't watch this video. That's crazy.
Staring into her eyes with a smile. I don't know. I feel like the internet would get very, very upset at that too. Explaining to my son that it's okay for his mother to be obsessed with him and the internet groupies are haters. It's giving you're in love with your son and not in a motherly way. Maybe I'm looking a little too deep, but the way you're looking at him a little bit like the man in your dreams. Find yourself a husband or something. Find yourself a husband or something. Again, bro, please. Wait, who's driving the car? Is this road safe? So within all the problems of boy moms, they are very overly obsessed with their son's looks in particular. For example,
I seen my son's today. I was in complete shock. Like, boy, put that big thing away.
Oh, we have lost the plot. What? What do you mean?
Respect your mother? Girl, what?
now you see what I'm saying? Do you understand the problem we have at hand? Now, besides all that, boy moms are also very notorious for being overly protective or overly spoiling, to the point where that kid doesn't really know how to grow up with basic human capabilities.
I think that's fairly normal if you're spoiling your children, as long as they have a realistic approach to the world and that they know that things are supposed to be earned and are not just given, because then you're just gonna grow up to be a nepo baby. And so I feel like you should put your foot down sometimes, but I don't think that's like I don't think that's too weird if you spoil your children.
for example, cleaning, cooking, things of that nature, because all their life, you know, their mom was doing it for them. Another thing people have noticed is like the partners of the boy who grows up to be like teenager, maybe a man, whenever they start dating that person, the boy mom is always extremely protective and pretty much hates the boy's girlfriend at any point in time. If you're a girl watching the video, hey, maybe you can chime in on that if you experience something similar. I understand being overprotective over your kid, because yeah, if I had a kid, boy or girl, I'm gonna be like, yo, gotta make sure this little person here is fit for my child.
Yeah, because I'm pressing any kid that come into this house, be like, yo, what are your intentions with my daughter or son? Like, what are you trying to do here? Little kids are so slimy these days, and they just grow up faster and faster. Like back in my day when I was 12, girls had cooties. They're out here holding hands, being fake boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, what, bro? I thought I was supposed to be playing with Beyblades.
But if you start getting into the whole, oh, this is always gonna be my little boy, I come first, why are you competing with a girl who's gonna be like 20 years younger than you? Your kid is gonna love you regardless if you're a good parent. You don't even need to be in competition with their significant other in the first place. And if you feel like you do, you're either insecure or you're just a bad parent and your kid doesn't love you, bro. So on TikTok, boy moms have been really heavily under fire, but there's also an entire subreddit dedicated to them where they have tons and tons of evidence, incriminating material, whatever you want to call it, that makes boy moms look absolutely terrible. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna check it out, of course, because we love toxicity. Okay, so I hopped on r/boy moms. I'm gonna check out the cringe tab. Date, and I've rejected 2 so far. They will never be good enough. Can't wait to ask my son, who's this ugly girl on my couch? Damn, what are you trying to say about your son? Damn,
Jeez,
you
bro.
think your son has no game or something? Yo, personally, if my mom was saying this about me, I'd be like, you think I can't bring something fine to the crib, bro? When your son thinks he's slick on Snap, thinks he's in love with her, but it's actually me on my fake account because he can't play a player. Wait, what?
If this is real, which is probably not, that is sick if you're pretending and kind of risen up your son. Like, that is another level of down bad. Like, what if your son starts talking freaky to you while he's raising you up? Like, are you gonna continue like that? Oh my god, like, what's going on?
You are catfishing your own kid with another girl because you don't want him to find love? Leaving the cringe section, there's another section that's called low-key incest, Sweet Home Alabama type of stuff. POV, your son is a lover boy. Yeah, I will not be showing this. 2 people, and it says born to be your lover. And then in the caption, maybe in another life, words can't describe how much I love you. I'm so proud to be your mother. And sometimes I wish I was your lover.
Like, you posted this on IG for your family, for everybody to see that in another life. This is no different from when Donald Trump was on stage talking about if his daughter wasn't his daughter, he would be dating her. Bro, this is weird, bro. We got a weird president, and this is beyond weird as well.
My fault for making you attractive. More than anything, I feel bad for the kid in this relationship, bro. Hi, mamas. What do you do when your beautiful baby boy, only 19, wants to start dating? I was his first love, and I just can't imagine another girl. It's hard. This is your whole kid. This is your kid, mind you. Your child.
You know what? Like, I think this might be fatherless behavior. Like, this might be, they look at their son like this because they don't have like a male figure in the house. But this might just be fatherless behavior is what my theory is so far.
Bro, when you realize you're going to have to share the love of your life with another woman one day. You're calling a 2-year-old kid the love of your life. Bro, this gets people locked up for like 15 years. Why is this not happening in this situation? Why are we not locking them up and throwing away the keys, bro? Is it because it's their offspring? Does that mean like you can't be a predator to your own offspring or something? Is there like a law that says that? Bro, grown man has his daughter on his lap, says POV, you have to share your lover with another man one day while kissing their freaking daughter, baby, infant on the lips. Nobody is allowing that. You raise 3 boys for 28 years, then they break up with you. You can also buy some weird boy mom merchandise or shirts like mommy's new man. It's confirmed my son has a girlfriend. Obviously I hid my own feelings, but I'm totally heartbroken. I don't understand what's there to be heartbroken for. Is it because you're scared he might get his heart broken by the girl, or you heartbroken because he's not gonna have the time to spend on you? Which again, bro, find yourself a spouse, okay? You can't be that lonely. Bro, there is somebody out there who would take you down regardless of what you look like, okay? You could be a 600-pound lifer. Even the My 600-Pound Lifer characters have spouses who are genuinely willing to wipe the dirt from between the fat in between their shoulder blades and things like that. Okay, you
Yeah,
can find
I don't
love.
know.
When
That
you're a
is
boy mom
true
and you know
love, bro. That is true love. If you like these huge people that could barely move, like, that is true love, man. Because it's like you could barely interact with them. Like, what? You have to take care of them.
one day some girl will come and snatch up the work of art you raised to be the perfect man. and then she won't let you come over without calling first. Anyone else feel this way? This lady is scorching, upset, frustrated, irate at the fact that someday a girl who is a partner of your son, by the way, might say, hey, you can't come over today or come over a little later. Son, let's go on a date. No way, Jose. Why? We've been dating since you were 1. Because people think you're my girlfriend now. Sucks for you, bro. We are dating anyways. I fought for these dates. When you have 3 boys and 1 girl, so you only deal with 1 female's hormones. Another thing with like boy moms, if you're a son in a relationship and you have a boy mom and the boy mom also has a daughter, and maybe, hey, if you're watching this video and you're a daughter of a boy mom, you might relate to the fact that, oh, she's not giving you the same treatment as she's giving the son, for example. Oh, like sometimes I've heard the daughter has to like stay in the house, cook and clean, her privileges are extremely restricted, but the son can kind of do whatever he wants. He's not really punished nearly as hard. It's just like not an equal treatment. Now, obviously we watched some videos, seen some clips to get familiar with the whole thing of boy moms, but honestly, the problem is actually bigger than the fact that it's just weird. Let's just say it's not, right? Let's just say this is not predacious. This actually will lead to long-term detrimental effects within the boy who's being overly protected, emotionally connected to their mom in a weird way, spoiled, and things like that. The son's not gonna learn how to do things that every human should do, but also emotionally,
That cannot be real. This caption right here cannot be real. I'm not even gonna read it, but that cannot be real. I'm in denial. I'm in denial. It's not happening.
Not be as emotionally mature or emotionally available for their partner down the line because their parents or their mom let them get away with so many things as a kid.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Also, they say that the most unconditional love comes from your parents because it's like you can do whatever. You've seen these people out here murder. You've seen sons out here murder and do weird stuff, and their parents will still defend them. Like that is, I feel like it's unconditional. Me, I'm not gonna lie, my son does some weird stuff, like some stuff I consider unredeemable. Man, you are not my son. But it won't happen because I feel like everything depends on how you raise your son. And like how Halal is saying, if you spoil your kid all the time, if you're just giving them all this energy, they're gonna expect this and they're gonna compare you to the new girl they're talking to, and it's making people have like an unrealistic expectations of like what relationships are actually like, because they're comparing it to their moms.
They might cross a lot of boundaries with their future partner, future wife, girlfriend, spouse, or boyfriend if they swing that way. And this is because when they were a kid, their mom often let them get away with certain things and push certain boundaries. It also can make them extremely codependent emotionally, which potentially leads them to do the same thing on their partner. And I think more on the boundaries, I feel like boy moms in general, they don't do a really good job of teaching people how to treat women or even just boundaries in general with another person. Like for example, okay, let's talk about that clip. The kids are smacking the mom's butt and things like that, thinking that like that's perfectly normal, perfectly okay. They might do that on somebody else, and that's not okay at all. Now they just successfully S8'd somebody. Also, I feel like these boy moms probably teach their children really misogynistic, you know, sexist type of values like, oh, female hormones and things like that. Treating a boy like he's so superior to his sister or to women in general, and now subconsciously it's gonna make him treat women like as if they're the second most important gender, if that makes sense. Now, and are way too overprotective, being toxic to their girlfriends. Do you think that your son is gonna like you in the future? They're not gonna be blind to your behavior. Now you're not gonna have a man or a son. And then the last thing, having that favoritism within a family will lead to resentment, especially if they have like siblings or sisters who are not being treated the same way. And it won't even be the boy's fault, it's the parents' fault. But the sister will look at the brother subconsciously negatively because the mom lets them get away with so much more stuff. So to conclude all of these things into one big problem, I would say it's borderline incest. Being a toxic boy mom teaches your kid how to manipulate, to violate boundaries, to feel entitled to certain things or certain people's bodies. It teaches them bad habits or just not being able to do basic human functions that everybody should be able to do. And not only that, these boy moms treat their daughters and other women pretty terribly.
But I do think some of these clips are maybe just like overly protective moms. I know it's heartbreaking sometimes when your son or daughters move out your house and it's like, damn, I feel kind of empty without the people that I raised all this time. But some of this stuff is kind of weird. But yeah, man, a good video from Halal. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel grow immensely. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time.